All right. Hey guys, happy Sunday night. It is February 4th, like already. I don't even know how. Tonight for our Sunday power plan, I'm just going to quickly do a glance of the upcoming week. And then I want to dive into what a couple of things that I thought were like the hard part of our bingo card to make sure we go over them, go over how to do them, even work through it if we need to. And then if time allows, I would like to talk a little bit about the Canva graphic situation because we are trying to supply the team with more. And I know Lindsay went over it Friday and I know we still had some questions. So that's kind of the order that I'm hoping to do things in. First and foremost, before we even hit the road here going, we do have an auto ship tomorrow. So please, 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 if you have not connected with your auto ship people for the 5th, you should just get off of this Zoom right now and go do that. There was also a little note floating around that recent orders, that there had been a glitch and that these recent orders are automatically setting themselves up for the 5th auto ship. So go through your auto ship. You know what? Don't talk about it, be about it. You're going to log into your cloud. I know better than just to talk about it. So we're going to get logged in, get my glasses on. All right. So at the top there where the three lines are in that menu, you're going to click the menu. You're going to go down to my team. You're going to go to my customers. Okay. At the top where in gray, it says customer number, customer name, email. Scroll all the way to the right. It's going to say next auto ship. Click that twice. Now you're going to see who has an upcoming auto ship for possibly tomorrow. Or do you see anybody with auto ships? Well, anybody with auto ships we're going to reach out to, but kind of look at see like if somebody recently ordered and all of a sudden it's showing a really fast turnaround time on their auto ship. You want to make sure you're always staying in contact with people. So if you have somebody who's auto shipping on the 5th and you have not talked to them yet, make sure you write that down. Or like I said, just get off of this and go do that right now. It's very important. But the other thing you can do right now also is if you have somebody for the 10th, that'll be here before you know it. There's no reason why you couldn't put them on your list to talk to tomorrow for one of your reach outs. Make sure you're following up with those people. Um, your auto ship customers are your bread and butter. Like literally just kiss them, love on them, like, give them all that they need because they are making money for you while you're sleeping at night, right? I also want to point out really quickly the list of names that pops up for you that are your auto ship customers. These are people who you should be contacting too about how their account has 2 free samples on it. Who do they know that would like their free Thrive? Like people are like, I don't know who to talk to. Well, if you have anybody auto shipping, that's the first person you should be talking to offering freebies. Those are the first people I write thank you cards to. Those are the first people I check on. Like they are your bread and butter. All right. So while we're in the cloud, excuse me, let's go down to, not down, we're going to go back to the main page. So like click your home button, go back to that very main page. So many, we got so many fun trackers right now on the cloud. It's just exciting. But I want you to scroll all the way down to where you see business snapshot and click that. So it drops down like opens up the stuff for you. You're going to see your green, orange, and gray. That's your PPA. Below that, you see qualifications. In that chunk of information under the word qualifications, look for current QV. Okay. Current QV. So this means already on the 4th of the month, this is how much you and anyone under you under your downline has sold. You could do your rate of run at this point. If you already know how much you should be like daily, you could also do the back. I know it's really early in the month, but I'm a big fan of doing that rate of run. So how you would do it, let me get my calculator out real quick. You would take the current QV and you're going to divide it by 4. That's going to show you your daily average. You guys, it's probably going to be low. Okay. Don't panic, but just take a look at that. Like what is your daily average? And something for you to look at too, if you're looking at a daily average and you're like, oh, it's like $25 or it's like $40. Think about that. $25 to $40 a day. Would you not be thrilled if every day you're like, I got a new customer, they spent $40. I got a new customer, they spent $30. I had a shop. Don't lie to me. You would be thrilled if somebody came in every day and spent a little bit of money because it adds up. And you guys, we have $25 off right now for new people. So talk about that. They could be getting gummies, $25 off. They could be getting skincare, rest gel, Notice how I say like some of my favorites. They could be getting, they could just even try the capsules for the first time. Money doesn't grow on trees. Unfortunately, what my dad told me my whole life turned out to be true. So you have an opportunity that you can literally hand somebody $25 for free, no skin off of your back, right? But if you do have some skin to give, you could bump that up. You could add $10 to it. You could match the 25. Like you can play around with those company promos. But my point is, don't look at that number and be like, oh my gosh, that was only $15 a day. That is 15 freaking dollars a day. Good for you. Like that's amazing. Like that, you got to start somewhere. Okay. All right. So that's your rate of run. Like I said, it's really early in the month to do it. Tomorrow we'll have that first auto ship hit, and that will change a lot of people's numbers. So that's why I like to do my rate of run every day. Okay, so moving forward, just looking at the calendar here, looking at the week ahead, I know for a fact we have on Lindsay's downline, which is where this is being streamed, we have a skill of the night every night. There is a Zoom tomorrow. There's a huddle Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday. There's a Zoom on Saturday for the opportunity, and there's a Zoom next Sunday with me. You guys, there is something for you and your team every single day. We're not saying you got to plug into all of it. Okay, we know you got jobs and kids and things like that, but just know it is there for you. So basically, I think what we finally decided to do was just make it so abundant that nobody could come to us and say they didn't know what to do. Like legit. If you come to us and say, I don't know who to talk to, I don't know what to post, I don't know what to do, we will not respond. We will not respond because we're putting it out there. So Tuesday night, make sure you mark down for the team rally Zoom. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay, we're starting a new series. It's Focus. The series is all about focus. And I don't know about you, but I got a lot of stuff going on in my world right now, and I could use some focus, some grounding, right? To be centered. Wake Up and Wins are Monday through Friday. So you also have all of that to be working on. We also have launched within the team. Oh, Tuesday night, we have a cool guest speaker. That's a big hint. She's trying to be subtle, but that's a big hint. We have also launched, and Lindsay and I are tag teaming this right now, but during the week on Thursdays, there will be at least one, possibly two opportunity Zooms within the team, not Zooms, that's the wrong word, opportunity lives, I'm sorry, within the team, where, for example, you would go live with me on your page and we share about the opportunity. So we had a sign up sheet. It's in Thriving Sisters. If you have not yet gotten on that, please get on that. I know I have my 4 for February, and I think, Lindsay, you have your 4 for February already. So we're looking at people for March at this point. But just so you know, that is out there also. So every Saturday we have the Zoom, which is Lindsay, Samantha, and myself, that you can invite your potentials to. But now throughout the week on Thursdays, there's also a Facebook Live. They will be public and they will be shared, and you can tag people in them. Now, let me back up. Don't tag everybody in everything, okay? If you see Olivia Brown does an opportunity live and she talks about being a mom of 4 and, you know, all the full-time job, part-time job, plus Lavelle, and you know someone who that's perfect for, tag them. All right. But don't tag somebody who's in their 60s and they're retired and they're just looking for some fun money, because they're not going to relate to that story. So don't tag everybody in everything. Pay attention to what is being said and think, now who could that help? And then that's who you're going to tag into those things. So basically we just have a huge calendar, and the bingo card, I don't know for a fact that I have everything on there, but I'm trying really hard to get everything on the bingo card so that you know the skill of the day, you know the Zooms, you know the rallies, the huddles, all the things. We have all the things. So if you have questions about that, let us know, but it's hopefully pretty self-explanatory at this point. Now what you need to do is look at your calendar, see, can I plug into the Zoom Monday at noon? Can I be on the Zoom Tuesday night at 8? Also, I always speak Eastern. If you hear me, I'm speaking Eastern. And put those things on your calendar. And maybe you're not sure, right? Maybe you're not sure. Put it on there and work around it. And if you make it, great. If not, there's always going to be a replay. All right. So now let's talk about one of the things. Let me pull this up. That was on the bingo card for today that I have a feeling, I don't know for a fact, but I have a feeling several people maybe don't have it done yet. Just throwing that out there. There's a couple of them, but I'm going to talk about one first. So right there in the center in the third row, it says generate 5 real ideas using ChatGPT. Who has done this yet so far tonight? I have not. I saved it for tonight to do it with all of you. Okay. So we're going to generate 5 real ideas using ChatGPT, and then we are going to spend 10 minutes going through our camera rolls so we can find pictures and videos that would be good for these reels. So what you're going to do, you're going to go into your, I almost said CapCut. You're going to go into your ChatGPT app or online, however you do it. I'm going to say act as my social media expert. Act as my, well, I'm trying to type social and it keeps coming out sinuses. Act as my social media expert. I'm going to say generate for me. I'm going to say generate for me 5. Wait, was it 5 or 10? It's 5. Yeah. Generate for me 5. I'm going to use the word clickbait titles. You can use the word thought starters. You can use the word, I don't know, those are my 2 favorite things to call it. Sonia says I have to find the pictures. We're going to talk about that too, because I think there's ways to find pictures that people are forgetting about, and I want to go over that. So I'm going to say generate, excuse me. Oh, crap. Generate 5 clickbait titles. So I'm going to say 5 clickbait titles for my ideal customer, right? Because my ChatGPT knows me. If yours doesn't know you yet, you haven't done those custom instructions that we've talked about since September. For my ideal client, sorry, customer. And then I'm going to add focus on their pain points. Oops. And I'm going to say make it compelling. I just find when I say make it compelling, sometimes it gets a little deeper in there. And then you just send and you just let it think. So right away, number 1, tired of feeling drained, ? Discover the secrets of boundless energy. Number 2, struggling to focus. Oh, how funny, because our thing's about focus this week. Unlock laser sharp concentration now. Number 3, sleep troubles keeping you up. Get the best rest of your life. Number 4, sick of digestive issues. Say goodbye to discomfort for good. Number 5, joint pain ruining your day. Reclaim your mobility and freedom. Now, what I'm going to do now, because those are all great for Thrive, right? Those are good for Thrive. Now I'm going to say, this is the part I left out on purpose, but I'm going to say, please regenerate and make these appropriate for my gardening followers, because my brand is gardening. All right. So instead of it saying, are you feeling drained? Now it says, are you exhausted from gardening? Energize your green thumb. Can't concentrate on your garden? Unlock your focus. Sleepless nights over your plants, which is funny because that does happen. Cultivate sleep. Oh, get it? Cultivate sleep. Garden not growing? ? Nurture your digestive health. Joint pain, cramping your gardening style? Reclaim your comfort. So now do you see how I took just general thoughts and I made them about my brand? Right? So think about your brand. So Lisa could have said, regenerate these and make them appropriate for a busy mom, right? Sonia could have said, regenerate these and make it appropriate for a female motorcycle rider, right? Like you could throw in your brand now, and that's how you can now come up with that. Okay, so now that we have those, there's lots of ways to look for your photos. And I know this will be a little tricky because some people are Android, some people are Apple. So you Apple people will have to maybe chime in and tell me what the word actually is for you, but I feel like it's really all the same. It might just be called something different. So obviously you have your camera roll, right? You've got like, those are the pictures that are on your camera roll. You also have your cloud storage. Okay. And I don't know, I just found this out this week because I didn't realize people did not know this. When you go into your cloud storage, you can, at least for Android, but I'm saying, I'm sure it's with Apple too. You can search by face. So like I could click on, it'll actually pop up for me the most common faces in my picture. Like, and there's be a little circle of say Sonia's face. I can click on Sonia's face and it'll show me all the pictures of Sonia. I could put in there Denver. I could search Denver and all my Thrive-Palooza pictures from Denver will pop up in there. But for me, in this case specifically, I will type in garden, flower, outside, grass, like whatever words that would be the keywords to find those pictures that I need. So if you're not searching your cloud, you're missing out on a lot of stuff that you have from years, like literally years. When I type in sometimes too, you can also sort it by date. So if you just go in and say April of 2021, April of 2022, April of 2023, you're going to find your Thrive-Palooza photos because they were in April of those years, right? Maybe you're looking for photos from an old vacation and you're not even really sure where they would be, but you remember you went in October of 2019. You can search your cloud by date. So not only do you have your camera roll, but you also have your cloud storage. Now, another place you can look for photos, you guys, and maybe you haven't thought of this, so I'm just throwing this out there. If you go to your personal Facebook page and you look up photos, there's photos that you've been tagged in, which means they weren't your photos, but they were somebody else's photos that they tagged you in, right? There's a plethora of photos out there that you probably don't have in your cloud or you don't have in your phone, but you're in them and they've shown up on your Facebook. So that's also a great way. Like if you're looking for, stuff like that. Ronnie said I had to unfortunately factory reset my phone. So thankful that the photos are saved on Facebook. Yeah. Yeah. There's Facebook photos. And even though you reset your phone, I would be curious if your cloud storage doesn't still have your photos saved. So I don't know if that was helpful. I don't know if you guys are like, duh, we already knew that, but a couple people didn't know that this week. So I wanted to share that. There's lots of places to find photos. And maybe you guys know of a place I don't know. Like, am I forgetting someplace? Is there someplace that you go? Oh, I know, duh, your archive stories. So, and I know that shows up on the bingo card, but when it says on the bingo card to make a reel using archive stories, people go to archive stories. When it says to make a reel about your community, people panic. But guess what? Your community is in your archive stories. And same, you can search those by date and location. So also if you kind of know where you were, what, that kind of thing. So there's it's that whole like working smarter, not harder. So for example, today, one of the reels that we had to do was sharing parts of our morning routine. Make sure I'm saying it correctly. Yeah, I was just create a reel sharing parts of your morning routine. Well, since the last time I cleared out my card, my camera roll had plenty on there, but I could have easily gone to my Instagram archives because I share my hero product every morning. I share my walk every morning. I am getting better about sharing my shake just because I'm loving my new shake. Thank Glenda B. She's not on here, but shout out to Glenda B. I've been using my Circulate with my vanilla and it's freaking amazing. And I typically Monday through Friday share a snippet of the Wake Up and When. So my morning routine is there, and there's nobody. It's like today. I think my morning capsules was from like a few weeks ago. I think my morning walk was from last week. I think there was a Wake Up and When. It was Sandra's birthday. So it's from everywhere. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have, don't overthink it. Just put in there what you need. And then I just did a voiceover. I muted all those videos that I put in there and I did a voiceover of what I was talking about. I added that text and then I moved on. So again, you have so much at your fingertips that you just might not be thinking of. So I just wanted to throw that out there in case. And then you guys, I've actually gone into and taken, like, let's say you made a reel last year at Thrive-Palooza, and maybe you had some archived videos from 2 years of Thrive-Palooza and you want to put those together in a reel. You can copy that. You can take parts of the reel that you already made and add stuff to it, and you can chop it up too. So sometimes you don't even have to find new stuff. You can just use something you already have and just chop it up and rearrange it. I don't know. I'm just all about like on the fly, harder, not smarter. I love making the reels where I'm like doing a gardening project. You guys, I mean, that's just me. That's what I like to do. But I'm not always doing a gardening project. I'm not always able to, be outside or, whatever. So sometimes you got to find old stuff. And I think of Sonia because she and I are in the same boat. Like her favorite thing is that Harley, and it's not Harley weather yet in Ohio. We got teased a little today, but it's not Harley weather. So I just go back through my old stuff and I just share old videos and old pictures of my garden and flowers. And I talk about, I can't wait to, plant more of these, or I can't wait this will be the third year for this. It'll be so big, like whatever. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up, but you have plenty of stuff already related to your brand because your brand is you. So it exists. And if it's not Whippy Skippy right here on this phone, it's in your cloud storage somewhere, or it's in your archive stories, or it's tagged on your Facebook somewhere. So enough about that. Okay. The other thing that was on here. Oh, yeah. So talking in your stories about your mix, your lifestyle mix, and what it does for you, how you make it. And then we're sharing it to our camera roll because we're going to make it into a reel later this month. So how many of you got that done today? How many of you made your mix and shared it? Okay, perfect. Make sure you save that on your camera roll because it's going to pop back up on the bingo card. And this again is just another way of reminding you of that technique. If you have made a story, you have that. And that story very easily becomes a TikTok or a reel. Okay. So don't overthink it. If you talked about, I think a lot of people get caught up in the fact that over the weekend, I went to XYZ and I talked about it on my story. That was over the weekend. I don't care if it's next Wednesday. That story can become a reel. It doesn't have to be in the moment. We are not celebrities. People are not tracking us. We're not in line for the Grammys right now, right? Like you just need to be constantly churning out stuff. So I actually really love to just talk in my stories because then I have a plethora of videos that I can then turn into reels. Today I talked in my stories about a little project I did downstairs. I try to talk in the minute segments because then I can turn that minute segment into a minute reel. So, Charlene, I'm doing the 10-day detox. So I used one I had already batched previously. Yes, the shake mix. Awesome.
So, Tammy, I didn't see that square this morning when I made my shake. And Sunday mornings, I'm heading out the door because I have to be at church so early. So I made one I had a fudge brownie one this afternoon. And I was like, sometimes I have one every morning. Sometimes I do another one later on as a pick me up. So
Yep, absolutely. No, I love that. And you could have even maybe made a shake in October from the bingo card, and you could have shared that today too. So again, it's not about, we are not content creators. Okay. We are not influencers. We are not getting paid 5% of this and 3% of that and 2% of that. We don't have to do that. We just have to repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. And it's kind of like how, some people are like, oh gosh, I can't wear that sweater. I wore that last week. Girl, nobody cares. Nobody remembers what they wore last week. Like, it's okay. So you could just keep sharing. I know Lindsay is really good with her sample story. She has a video where she talks about what comes in a sample. The lighting's good. Her hair is cute. She says what she needs to say. She shows it. She reuses that. That can go up anytime in her story, and that can go up anytime as a reel. So on the day you're feeling cute or you've got a little extra time, go ahead and do some things like that and have them in your phone. Again, I'm off track. Sorry. Okay, so we did that one. Parts of your morning routine. Okay, the behind the scenes. Who did all three? Did it say three or did I just make that up? Behind the scenes story, what you're doing. Well, I like to do at least three. Who did some behind the scenes today of what you were doing? Okay, share with us what you did. What did you share? Because I can guarantee somebody thinks that their life is not exciting enough to share. Nope. Yep, just talk over each other. I don't even care.
Oh hell, Sonia Reed, shit. Sonia, I kissed my husband. My dog was running around outside because of all the rain. It's like just you can't keep your dogs. I did a behind the scenes of if Sage put her ears up, that meant we needed another dog. If Sage put her ears to the side, that means we didn't need another dog. Y'all know me talking in my stories is like I do it all the time. Like I just did it. I literally just did one of we always have a Zoom on Sunday nights to plan for the week. It's not mandatory, but it is here for you to learn. Wham.
Shantae, you're unmuted.
I did one with my shakes and everything, but I also worked on taxes and went through my behind the scene with my booklet.
And so you shared that in your stories today.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And Sonia, then I made a reel with it.
You made a reel with it. Nice. Sonia, what did you share today?
I shared my morning workout with that daggone weighted hula hoop. My devotional. What else did I share? Oh, that I did the 30 minutes of that daggone hula hoop, my shake, and the gift card. And look how cool that is. It's
Oh,
me
it
on my
turned out
bike.
good. Yes, yeah. See, so
So,
that's a perfect example of using a graphic, but making it super personal and keeping it within your brand. That was very well done. Ronnie said, I have been using the same hero product story for the last week, which is perfect because it's just repetitive. It's like a commercial. It just seals the deal. I showed cleaning out the filter in the bottom of my dishwasher. Oh my gosh, people are going to watch that. That stuff fascinates me. Our dishwashers are so gross. It's unreal. Okay, so everything that was shared just now, and if anybody else wants to share, let me know. No one was like doing brain surgery, right? No one was decked to the nines going to some big event. It was just showing life. I can guarantee you people are watching that because I know for a fact that I sat around today and did a little scrolling and was just watching people's life. You don't have to be famous or super interesting. Just living your life is interesting enough. The more you can share of your behind the scenes, the more people will actually understand that you are who you are, that you're not pretending to be somebody, like that really is you. I am shocked sometimes at the level of realness that I have started to allow in my videos where like my hair and my face are a mess. You know what? It is who I am, daggone it. And then that way when I do get dressed up, people are like, oh wow, look, she's dressed up. Okay, good. So the behind the scenes to me is super important that you guys are sharing that. Was there anything else on here tonight that anybody felt was hard? I mean, I feel like reaching out to 4 people, that's easy. Picking a Zoom, that's easy. You're on one tonight. The morning reel we talked about, a Sunday post. Everything else is pretty like normal. Lindsay and I were talking about this week. We're really going to start pushing the wake up and wins to focus on the hard stuff because we're spending an hour together in the mornings. And a lot of times we're doing birthday reach outs together. We don't need to do that together. We need to do the hard stuff together. So that's why I wanted to bring up the things that I felt I knew took a little bit more time, or maybe stopped you in your tracks because maybe you're like, oh, I didn't film myself this morning. I can't show my morning routine, but you can. I just told you all the places that it's probably already existing. Charlene says, ever since I saw the bingo card square that said behind the scenes, even if you think it's boring, I'm like, shit, let me talk as much as I can. It is free. I mean, you guys, if you follow me, first of all, bless you. I ramble in mine, and a lot of times I'm talking about a bird or a squirrel or a flower. I mean, for the love of Pete, I'm like a 98-year-old woman. But I get so many people that respond and they talk back to me. So I'm finding my people. So if you are really truly showing who you are going to find your people. And that's what we're here to do. Okay, real quick while we have a couple of minutes. So if you're in it, and I'm assuming everyone I'm looking at, oh no, this is something that Lindsay and I are going to work on. I just forgot to do this before the Zoom. So I have been sharing some templates and some graphics in a couple of chats. But we realize not everyone's in the chat. Duh, Tammy. So we're going to have to start making like a post where we share these, or a place where we share these. We don't know if that should be, and you guys feel free to give us some ideas, or maybe you have a better idea. Should it be a post in the team page that we just keep updating? It's going to get like lots of links. So I don't know if that, to me, I immediately feel that would be confusing, but maybe I'm overthinking it. Should it be like a Telegram group? Would you I don't know. I don't even know what all the options are, to be honest with you.
Could you create a file in like Thriving Sisters and then Dream Team so that people could go there and get them, or with the links, would that be too much?
I don't know. We might be able to do that. I don't know. That's a great idea. I don't even know the answer to that. So I'll have to look into that. But I want it to be we want it to be easy. You know, I want you to be able to like, oh, here's the new graphic for the day. I want to click on it. And I'm going to put my name in it where her name was, and I'm going to pop my picture in where her picture was, and we're going to move on. Now, I know it's been a struggle, and we didn't know it was going to be such a struggle, but everyone's apps or phones kind of work different. So on occasion, I'm trying to make a graphic where you don't even have to get into Canva. You can just download that picture that's showing up, and you can just overlay your picture on it. Like, and you can do that in Canva or Pixlr or PicMonkey. I forget. There's a bunch of names. So that's one option. But then there's also the fancier looking ones, which no one pays us to make fancy graphics, but the fancier looking ones are typically a like a Canva link. Definitely we'll need a hashtag to find in the page if we can. Oh yeah, if we get, that's a good idea though, the hashtag. But then I got to remember to use the hashtag, and you know how that goes. Oh, do you think they could put, what is that, expand stuff like in an IV, and I could just like have it in my desk here in the office? Okay, so I will look into the file thing, but again, this is just us wanting to make it so that when you wake up in the morning and let's say your day goes all to hell in a handbasket, you can at least have a graphic to put in your story, right? I don't know what to say. Baloney. It's right there. You can put it in your story. Okay. So we're working on that. We're trying to make it more streamlined and easier for you, but also for us. So I will look into the file thing. And if you guys think of anything else, I know Telegram is an option also. I just know that that's another app and another message. Just so many places for stuff to find. And then actually tonight I shared one and I didn't make it. I literally stole it off of Nikki Gullahorn's story. So if you find a someone's story and it's like really good, I think I stole some from Maria yesterday, but I forgot to share them, especially for the busy worker. Yeah, when they can't talk. If you find them, if you're going through someone's Instagram story or Facebook, if you hold your finger on the story, like hold it for a couple seconds, their name and the little bubble at the bottom will go away and it'll just be a picture. You can just screenshot it and then crop it so that you get rid of like your date and time and all that stuff. At least mine's at the top. And then you can share, like that's all I did today. I just held it down. I just screenshot the two from Nikki and I put it in the chat. Ronnie says saving all my stories and reels are going to come in handy for me in a couple of weeks. I have to go off of Thrive. Oh yeah, for her surgery. Yeah, no, absolutely. And again, that's the thing where somebody might panic and be like, oh my gosh, I can't take my Thrive for a couple of days. No, nobody's going to know. What is this? It's that TikTok. How would they know? How would they ever know? No one's going to know. Nobody's going to know. You're just going to keep, that's like saying like McDonald's eats their own burgers every single day. I can guarantee they go out. I can guarantee they eat at other restaurants. They're freaking billionaires, right? But they're showing their commercial every single day, right? So it's okay. It's okay to just do what you have and just keep resharing and using those. So anyway, we will work harder to try to figure out a way to share those graphics. But if you guys were on the Zoom with Lynn Coggins, something that she said that I have taken so to heart, because I would have told you prior to that Zoom that I worked every day. She says every single day in her story, she shares the opportunity, whether it's the business or the product. Right now, we're really obviously sharing the business because of the rank advance. And she said if she doesn't, then she didn't work that day. I was like, damn, okay. So, and it's not always talking. You don't always have to talk about stuff, but you have to be able to show it. And you guys know I'm a big fan of not using company graphics, not because I don't love Lavelle, I do, but that looks like a company graphic. I like when it's a picture of me or my friends or whatever, and then the words are on top of it because that's going to draw in your people. So just look for those. Look for those in the chat. Here's the thing, until we get this figured out, those of you that are in the chat that have downline, make sure you're passing that on to your downline, okay? Because we don't have it someplace right now. Dream Team does. We have a Dream Team chat. It's the whole team, but from Thriving Sisters down, we don't have just a Thriving Sisters chat yet. I want to find a way to put it into the team page so that we don't have to have something separate. But so just so you know, if you have some downline and you're like, oh gosh, they don't have graphics. Like, again, I'm not picking on Olivia, but we had a one-on-one this week and, she's trying really hard. I just told you she has 4 kids and 2 full-time jobs. And she was like, oh my gosh, these graphics that are popping up in she was like, I can see them when I get to work, and by lunchtime, I can edit it. And then I have it in she was like, I have something to put in my stories now. So take advantage of it. Don't overthink it. Take advantage of it. And I don't know, if I was really smart, I would start looking at the bingo card and trying to figure out the graphic for the day. Maybe I'll work on that. Now I'm always trying to get better, you guys, just so you know, I'm trying, but it doesn't always pan. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about anything that you did today on the bingo card that you're like, I still don't know how to do it? You guys all have Tuesday night Zoom on your calendar, 8 p.m. Eastern. We have a special speaker coming in. It's all about focus. Yeah, y'all. Tomorrow's auto ship. That is the thing that we started with. That's the thing I will end with. Make sure you have connected with anybody that has an auto ship going tomorrow. If you have not, now is the time to do that. So, all right, guys, I will see you next. Well, actually, I'll see you tomorrow afternoon for the Zoom at noon. But then I will see you guys next Sunday. Bye.